You don't always have to agree with something or feel comfortable in it to act. Sometimes, all it takes is confidence, the quiet courage to make a choice and stand by it, even when it feels difficult or unconventional. This principle has guided many in Hollywood, but few have navigated the pressures of fame, tragedy, and personal belief with as much complexity as John Travolta. For decades, he has been one of the most enigmatic figures in the industry, a man whose charm and charisma made him instantly recognizable, yet whose private life has remained largely guarded. Behind the dazzling smile, the unforgettable dance moves of Saturday Night Fever, and the iconic portrayal of Danny Zuko in Grease, lies a life marked by love, loss, resilience, and evolution. The public and the private Travolta's journey in Hollywood spans nearly 5 decades, and the contrast between his public persona and private experiences has always been striking. While audiences worldwide grew up with his performances, few could fully grasp the personal challenges he faced behind the scenes. Rumors, public scrutiny, and personal tragedies have accompanied him since his earliest fame, but his approach has always been measured. He rarely responded to speculation, choosing instead to focus on his family, his work, and the quiet commitments that defined his life off-screen. Yet in recent years, subtle signs have emerged that paint a picture of someone re-examining long-held priorities and finding new ways to navigate life. A faith that shaped him. John Travolta's relationship with the Church of Scientology has been a defining feature of his public life. He joined the church in his early 20s, at a time when his career was just beginning to take shape. For decades, he credited Scientology with helping him build confidence, face his fears, and find direction in both personal and professional realms. Alongside his late wife, Kelly Preston, he became one of the most prominent celebrity figures associated with the church. Together, they were often considered a model couple within the community, their devotion seemingly unwavering. Publicly, they credited the church with their ability to navigate Hollywood's pressures and maintain stability in their marriage and family life. Yet, like all human experiences, faith is rarely static, and life's challenges can prompt reflection, adjustment, and change. Absences that speak volumes. Observers first began noting subtle shifts in Travolta's connection to Scientology after his late wife's passing in 2020. Kelly Preston's death from breast cancer was a devastating blow, and the manner in which Travolta spoke publicly about it hinted at a quiet evolution. His statements expressed profound gratitude to the doctors, nurses, and medical teams who cared for her, but noticeably absent were references to the church. For those familiar with his long history in Scientology, this omission was meaningful. It suggested a nuanced recalibration. A man who was rethinking how his personal beliefs intersected with the realities of loss, grief, and daily life. Redefining social boundaries. In the years following Preston's passing, friends and insiders noticed other signs that Travolta was reshaping his life. By 2025, he was seen spending time in Miami with figures outside the typical sphere of his previous social circles. While the public may have speculated, the choice reflected something deeper. A man who was testing the boundaries of his autonomy, gradually disentangling his personal decisions from the expectations of the church. Even small actions, like missing high-profile Scientology events, carried symbolic weight. Travolta could have easily attended these gatherings, yet he chose to stay away. This deliberate distance was not a declaration against the church, but rather a reflection of shifting priorities, of grief, personal loss, and the quiet search for balance and peace. The weight of tragedy. To understand Travolta's evolution, it is impossible to overlook the tragedies that shaped him. The loss of his son Jet in 2009 marked a pivotal moment in his life. Jet was only 16 when he passed away, a deeply private and painful event that instantly became public due to Travolta's fame. For a family already accustomed to managing the pressures of celebrity, grief became an intensely public experience. Travolta and Preston were forced to navigate profound sorrow while shielding their other children from overwhelming attention and speculation. This tragedy left scars that would influence Travolta's approach to parenting, career, and personal faith for years to come. Navigating public scrutiny. The aftermath of Jet's death brought additional challenges. Personal grief was compounded by legal and public scrutiny, including an extortion attempt related to sensitive medical documents. Travolta faced the surreal experience of protecting his family's privacy against people attempting to profit from one of the most devastating moments of his life. The combination of tragedy, public attention, and legal complexities reinforced the need for boundaries and underscored the fragility of control in the lives of even the most famous individuals. Yet through it all, Travolta's focus remained on his children, on sustaining a nurturing environment amid the chaos, and on preserving a sense of dignity for Jet's memory. Kelly Preston, love and loss. Travolta's bond with Kelly Preston was a cornerstone of his life. They met on the set of The Experts in 1987 and quickly developed a connection rooted in humor, shared values, and mutual respect. Their relationship weathered the volatility of Hollywood, balancing public careers with the desire for a grounded, loving home. They married twice, first in Paris and later in Florida, to ensure both personal and legal commitments were fulfilled. And together, they raised 3 children: Jet, Ella Blue, and Benjamin. Kelly's passing in 2020 brought not only personal grief, but also an altered perspective on many aspects of life, including Travolta's public image, private priorities, and spiritual practices. In her absence, Travolta's relationship with the church and Hollywood itself began to subtly shift, revealing the profound impact she had had as both a partner and a stabilizing influence. Quiet transformation. In the years following these personal losses, Travolta's life has taken on a quieter, more intentional rhythm. Home life, once a backdrop to public appearances and professional obligations, became the center of his focus. Friends noted that he spent more time cooking, flying planes, and engaging in meaningful routines with his children. His public appearances slowed, reflecting a deliberate choice to prioritize peace and emotional stability over constant professional visibility. This transition was not dramatic or confrontational. It was measured, thoughtful, and deeply human. It reflected a man redefining his life on his own terms, guided by love, grief, and personal reflection rather than external expectations. Career. At a new pace professionally, Travolta continued to work, but with a different approach. Films such as Cash Out in 2024 represented selective choices rather than high-stakes comebacks. He sought projects that aligned with his personal interests and lifestyle, allowing him to engage creatively without compromising family priorities. Even nostalgic appearances, like the Grease sing-along event at the Hollywood Bowl in June 2024, were embraced in a spirit of enjoyment and appreciation rather than obligation. These moments highlighted a healthy balance between honoring his past and living in the present, celebrating his iconic roles without becoming tethered to them, embracing family and emotional growth. Travolta's greatest focus now is clearly his children. Ella Blue has pursued her musical ambitions, releasing her first EP, Colors of Love, in 2024, while Benjamin grows up in an environment deliberately structured for stability and emotional support. Travolta has embraced a quiet but intentional approach to parenting, nurturing their independence while remaining a present, steady figure. Everyday routines, from skiing trips to family dinners, carry new significance, reflecting a father who has come to deeply value the moments that define ordinary life. These actions convey more about Travolta's growth than any public statement ever could, showing a man rebuilding life from the inside out. Reflection and resilience. The past decade has been one of reflection, recalibration, and resilience for Travolta. He has faced grief, public scrutiny, personal loss, and the complicated dynamics of long-term faith commitments. Yet he continues to navigate life with intention and care. While the public may notice absences, silence, or selective social interactions, the choices he has made reveal a man committed to protecting his family, preserving emotional well-being, and honoring the legacies of those he has lost. It is a quiet, private evolution that requires empathy to fully understand, a reminder that personal transformation is rarely visible in headlines or public appearances. Redefining priorities. Travolta's shifting focus from public image and institutional expectations to family, personal peace, and meaningful work reflects a broader truth about life after tragedy. He is choosing which parts of his past to carry forward and which to release, redefining what is important and what feels right. His career, social interactions, and even casual public appearances are now guided by personal alignment rather than external pressure. By creating space for reflection, Travolta demonstrates the possibility of living intentionally, prioritizing connection over spectacle, and valuing substance over appearance. The church and personal autonomy. While Travolta has not made public declarations regarding Scientology, his choices suggest a subtle recalibration of his relationship with the church. Absences from major events, selective social engagements, and a focus on family indicate a measured distance. This is not about outright rejection or public conflict. It is about autonomy and the ability to determine personal priorities without interference. For someone deeply intertwined with a structured organization for nearly 50 years, this quiet independence represents a significant, deliberate act of personal agency. A life reoriented. At 71, Travolta is living a life marked by balance, emotional awareness, and grounded priorities. He engages with fans, supports his children's endeavors, and participates in projects that bring personal fulfillment. Yet he does so on his own terms, free from the compulsion to perform or justify himself publicly. In this reoriented life, the past remains honored, the present is cherished, and the future is approached with thoughtful intention. The choices he makes today reflect a man who has faced profound loss, navigated complex relationships, and emerged with a renewed sense of purpose and peace. The quiet power of choice. John Travolta's story is one of quiet courage. It illustrates the power of choosing how to live, even amid public scrutiny, personal tragedy, and institutional pressure. By prioritizing family, emotional health, and meaningful work, he demonstrates that resilience is not about maintaining appearances, but about cultivating authenticity, nurturing relationships, and embracing the freedom to live intentionally. His life offers lessons in patience, reflection, and the importance of aligning choices with values. A narrative far richer than the headlines suggest. Looking ahead, Travolta's journey continues, shaped by love, loss, and the steady pursuit of a life that feels right. While speculation may persist, the evidence of his transformation is visible in everyday choices, personal routines, and the care he takes with his children. This evolution is not dramatic or performative. It is a testament to his capacity for reflection, adaptability, and emotional growth. For fans and observers, it offers a reminder that the human story is rarely simple, and that even those who live in the public eye carry private worlds of meaning, grief, and resilience. A legacy. Beyond the screen. Ultimately, Travolta's legacy extends beyond his iconic film roles. It is found in the quiet decisions he makes as a parent, a partner, and a human being navigating life after loss. His evolution demonstrates the depth and complexity that lie behind public personas, the courage required to redefine oneself, and the enduring importance of family, love, and personal integrity. In observing Travolta today, one sees a man who has weathered unimaginable tragedy, honored profound love, and continues to build a life guided by intention, care, and a commitment to what truly matters. Conclusion. John Travolta's story is not a tale of scandal or controversy, but of resilience, transformation, and thoughtful living. From personal loss to public scrutiny, from the weight of institutional affiliation to the intimate bonds of family, his journey reflects the universal human experience of navigating grief, change, and the search for meaning. At 71, he has found a measure of peace, choosing to live deliberately, embrace love, and honor the legacies of those who shaped him.